So in this week's video about building great digital products, I wanted to talk about research. 4 really stupid things people believe about research. So we're talking about research because in order to build a great product, of course, you have to know who that product is going to be used by, which means you have to learn a little bit about those people and what they're going through. But for whatever reason, research over the years has gotten kind of an ugly attribution about what's involved in it. So, and that leads us into the first thing, is that it takes weeks or months for you to conduct your research. Historically, research firms have gotten together or big agencies have commissioned these really expensive and long research projects. If everything went that way, yeah, of course, I think there's definitely a line in terms of too much research. And while you're at it, go check out Erica Hall's book, Just Enough Research, where you can do bite-sized amounts of research in order to get you far enough along that you can begin. So that's number one, that research just takes too long. And because a lot of people and groups think it takes too long, they've gone in the opposite direction and said you don't need research at all. So that's number 2. It's just completely outruling research altogether. If you don't do research, unless you are the entire market for your product, which then I'm not sure how big the market is, and I'm not sure how much benefit you're going to be doing for the world or bringing in profit for your company. But because the market is bigger than just you need to be able to go out and talk to these people and understand what they're going through, what they're using today to solve those problems that you're helping to solve for, and why it's a problem for them. How can you make their lives better? The third thing related to research that I want to cover is that people believe that it only happens at the beginning. So you do all this research and then you know everything there is to know about the problem and the user and the space around it, and then you just kind of go forward into building your products and everything works out magically. And not until you think about an entirely new feature or a new product or a new segment of people do you need to commission additional research. That's never going to be true. Of course, do your research up front to get you far enough along, and then start to implement the learnings and create prototypes and solutions around that. But as soon as you begin that creation process, more research is going to become part of it, because you're going to continue to share these things, of course, right? I hope. And each time you share it and each time you talk with people about the direction that you're heading in, there's more research because there's more information that you're learning from them. The last thing, the fourth thing that I want to cover is this misunderstanding that users don't know what they want. And I think people misquote Steve Jobs from way back in the day. That's not what he said, and that's certainly not what he meant. Users don't know what the solution is, of course. That's not their job to tell you what the solution is. They can tell you what they're doing today, but they can't predict the future. They can't help you design a better solution for them. What they can tell you is what their problem is. From that, it's your job to then connect the dots to figure out the solution. And as you step closer to that solution, show it to them and ask them, tell me about a situation where you might use this thing. How would you use it? What would it look like? That's it. So 4 things. I think, if you approach research with the right mindset, steer away from these 4 myths, I think you can begin to solve important problems, create better products.